Hello, 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 and welcome back for this milestone, episode 20 of Ashbury Dales, here on Snapdragon Cities. Well, where do you find us? So you find us in what I have perhaps not affectionately been calling the gap between the two halves of Upper Turnwater. So over the last couple of episodes, we've been developing first on the left here, the start of Upper Turnwater, along with Turnwater Rise here. And the fire as well, which we've been working on. We're glad it's finally managed to arrive. I assume at some point someone will come and attend to this. It would seem that no one's particularly bothered up to this point. I think if I was waiting at this bus station and saw a building on fire, I might move back slightly, or perhaps even just take my phone out and start recording it for the Twitter clout. But nevertheless, we have here the gap between the two halves of our town, where we've developed one half in one episode, the other half in another. They are identical, but between them, we have left a space. We're going to need to do something with that space. We're going to spend some time doing that at the start of the episode. We're going to move on to some other bits and pieces. We need to get over to our amusement park at some point in here. It's at level 4, but it is definitely not worthy of a level 4 status in terms of the number of rides that we have in there. We also want to do something to make it a little bit easier or more welcoming for people to spend longer here. We're going to put a hotel down over here. We also want to make sure that we're not just spending our entire episode in one part of the map, and so we're going to head back over to Whitehall, where we're going to develop part of the town that's been untouched until now. But first, to the gap. So there's a few things that we want to get done in here. First is we need to fully clear it out. So we've got here a fire station and a dog park occupying this space here. They are going to get in our way. So I think what we'll do is we'll move them, hopefully, to this space here. So I think we can put the fire station there. I think we can put the dog park here. Turns out we can. Marvellous. So someone at the dog park was upset. I'd be livid if I was in a dog park walking my dog and then all of a sudden the whole park just moved 100 metres down the road. I would be frustrated at that. Right, and then so let me tell you what we're going to be doing. We're going to put a football stadium in here. Look at this. This is fantastic. So exactly perfect size for local football stadiums. We can come in and take a look. So we've not yet brought any sort of real entertainment areas into our city build at all. But the number of people in here, kind of how big this area is, and just overall in general, Ashbury Dales definitely would have a football team. Definitely. And they'd have a place to go and play football. We are going to name this football stadium. This is going to be the D-Dub Plays Stadium. So D-Dubs Plays is a YouTube channel by a fellow Brit who's done a fantastic job building his community. We started around about the same time. He plays on console, so very different look and feel, but similar attitudes to city building. Good fun to watch. If you like your city builds awesome in any way, then you'll really enjoy spending time on D-Dubs Plays channel. So go over there, check him out, tell him I sent you if you'd feel so inclined, but spend the time catching up with what he's been doing with his build for on console in particular. It's amazing what he's done over there, so take the time to go and check it out if you can, and there should be a forever memorial to D-Dubs here in this stadium. So what will we do apart from that? I think we will now just spend a little bit of time integrating this. So what would we need? We'd need some parking, not a huge amount. I mean, they've been quite ambitious with the amount of standing areas they've got in here, but if it's anything like my local football team, you might well have a stand each if you go and watch your local football team, particularly around my way. So I'm not going to worry too much about parking. We are going to do a bit with decor though, and try and make it look just a little bit less plonked. So give me a few minutes to work on that, and then we'll celebrate what we've done here together. There we go. Look at that. Wonderful. Yeah, I think that's going to do the trick. So there we go. D-Dubs Play Stadium is in and established. So let's take a look at what we've got. We've got a decent sized car park in here. We've turned off parking on all of the adjacent roads. That would probably only be a match day restriction, but we can't really do that in the game, so that's fine. A couple of kiosks out the front, a grill to grab a burger on the way in, and it fills that gap there nicely. What will we do with the rest of this gap? Well, we can probably just put some more houses in. Yeah, I think if we just put some roads in here, put a bit more housing down, I think we will feel very happy with what we've done. Yeah, that should work really well. Should see some stuff start growing in there nice and quickly. Actually, we've got plenty of demand, so as long as it's within the zone, which it is, we will. They shall not hesitate, I think, to come and move in here. Lovely. Look at that. Look, it looks like all one thing now, doesn't it? We've got the backs of some houses here, which we can cover up with some of our trees, and that will look great. Now that we know where everything is, we can just sort of go in and colour in the town with trees and feel quite good about that, I think. Wonderful. And then while we're here, why don't we just use a path to join up the backs of these roads in Turnwater Rise here. I decided to lose one of the roads that we were going to use in Turnwater Rise by the football stadium, because I just thought there's no way that that you would develop houses that close to the football stadium. In thinking about it, I think that's probably not true. I think you'd be hard pushed to stop them developing houses just because there was a football stadium there. But I think it's fine. I think it's fine to leave that out and let this area be Turnwater Rise. That seems great. And then we can put some more trees just around the side of this area here. Maybe just join it up with the rest of the wooded area there. Fill in this area here, seems good. And then just adjust the terrain here to get rid of that corner bit, which we do not like. So the way that we do that, we select a suitably sized brush, choose the height of the house, extend the terrain out further than we need to, then get our smoothing tool, larger brush, lower strength, and just nudge it back. There we go. Now with this space here, what would they do with it? What would they do with it? I wonder if they'd end up just having like a little playing field area. There we go. I imagine that will look wonderful. There we go. So we've got some goalposts and some not very well maintained ground beneath those goalposts. Fantastic. And that just brings a sense of purpose to that gap between the path and the trees. And yeah, this is all starting to feel very rounded out. Still not sure what we're doing with this space here, but leave that bit with me. We will come to some resolution on that very soon. I'm also just going to take out this road here. No doubt we will do something in this area, but no sense paying the maintenance on a road that we're not using, even though it would not be very much money. We started to lose money. I wonder if we're having a problem in one of our industry areas. We'll let that keep ticking over. I wonder if actually that has anything to do with our university. There we go. So no, we've still got plenty of people coming in at the university. Let's check over in our industry. Making money there, and at the farm. Never not making money at the farm. Okay, fine. Well, we'll just let it tick over. I'm sure yes, there we go. Return to the green almost immediately. No problems at all. Right, okay, so something else that we want to make sure we get right is that we got the trees behind the school. I tried putting these in from a distance, but I think maybe we can just do slightly better at that. This is really just to cover up the height differential between the backs of the houses and the path here on the way into the school. But I think that looks lovely and wonderful. Yeah, I think the last thing you would want if you were in your bedroom or bathroom on the top floor of your house here is to be eye-line with a bunch of school kids. So we'll create some privacy there. I think that would be a good idea. Right, I really, really like this area. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think it's definitely worthy of the grand build-up that we gave it. When we put this train station down here and said, yep, we'll create Upper Turnwater. I feel like we've done that. I can see us also, because I like this area so much, just expanding it out here as well. I think this area is going to be altogether quite massive by the time that we're done, and good for it. Right, next thing we wanted to do is come to our amusement park while we were here. Now, in our absence over the last episode or so, this is leveled up to level 4. We've got then loads and loads of things that we can put down in here that aren't yet in here. So we can see we got as far as the rotating teacups, swinging boat, House of Horrors, bumper cars, drop tower ride, pendulum ride, all these now available to us that weren't before. So I think what we need to do is start getting these in, right? Like, we've only got 2 more to go. After this, if we can get to level 5, what do we need to get to level 5? Loads more people, loads more entertainment. Right, so next jump's a big one. I think we'll take a couple of minutes now just to try and get some of these new things in. Yeah, let me do it. Let me try and extend our path network over here. We'll put some up here. I'll try and better integrate the height that we've got, to mix the height we've got here with the height that we've got here. We do also want to go over the road because we've got this area as part of our theme park area as well. But I think maybe our 2 big showpiece rides could be here. We did also say we wanted some visible from the train station, so maybe something here would be good as well. Right, yeah. Let me draw some paths around, put some rides down, and then come back and talk about what we've got where. Right, so we're going to try talking over the time lapse here, give you a sense of what's going on as we try and make some switchbacks on the way up to the swing there. Make sure it's all nice and level, smooth out the ground. We're trying to get a fence in here, so we add some paths to use the parallel roads to take them away, join up the edges. Then we're going to put some trees down around the ride, give it a bit of protection, try and cover up some of the awkward terrain. So I think that works quite well. In the end, a few more trees will get that done. Some extra paths up here for the swinging boat and the drop ride, and then we run a long path down the middle so that we know what we're aiming for in terms of slope. Another one down the bottom for the bumper cars. This will turn out as home for the House of Horrors as well. We'll put some plazas down next to the bumper cars, a restaurant and a set of restrooms. We'll put some more trees around the edge, the cluster trees there, so that we can get 3 trees for every tree. A bit more bang for our buck, which is nice. Start working on some fences around the outside. Realise we don't need that path, so we'll take it out and join the fence up to the existing bit. Some trees around the House of Horror, and then some game booths around the pendulum drop ride. And take some of the trees off the path so we can add in another cafe and restrooms. Some of our colourful plants and trees around the edge while we get another big fence around the whole park. Join up the edges nicely, and then round it out with some trees around the edges. Then we'll come back and take away some of the trees we don't need, take away some of the colourful trees that we don't like, so that we can put down some slightly thicker trees, give it a bit more sense of protection. Some colourful trees around the edge of the ride here to brighten up and liven it up a bit more. Now let's work on the swinging boat ride. We'll get that into place, take the trees off the path and put some colourful trees around the edge of the ride itself. An additional path around the back to fill up the space. We want to create a bit more space here for just some loveliness, so another cafe, some restrooms and some more trees. We'll finish it off with some colourful plants, and that's about us done. Oh, would you look at that? Look at it. We've got trees and colourful flowers and plants everywhere. We've got rides and plazas and cafes and restrooms and shops and all of that. This looks amazing. Right, let's run the game and let's let it tell us if we've made any mistakes. Of course. Do you know what? In passing, I mentioned during the week that I don't think I'll make that mistake of forgetting to put water pipes down again, because it's so ingrained in me that it's a mistake that I make all the time that I remember it. I don't. I was clearly just lying. I clearly do not ever just remember the pipes. So here we go. We'll plumb this in. There we go. Let's get it running. So yeah, I think if you were coming in on the train and you saw that, you would go, "What on earth is that? I have to go there immediately, right now. Cancel all of our other plans. I have to go to this amusement park." And so they will in their droves, no doubt. Right, Primrose Experience isn't the right name. Let's change that today. There we go. The Turnwater World of Wonder sounds absolutely fantastic. There we go. So loads of entertainment to the next level. We need some more visitors. Those more visitors will also help us get into the black in here, but we shall allow it for now. The one more thing that we wanted to do for this is put a hotel down nearby. Now, I had an idea about this. Tell me if you think this is a bad idea. What I'm going to do is leave a space here, put a hotel down here so that people coming to Turnwater World of Wonder can have somewhere to stay. And then I'm going to try and run a path along by the train tracks to the bus interchange here to the train station. So if you're coming from the train, you could walk along here. You could wave up at the people who are having fun at the park, feel the sights and sounds, see the sights, hear the sounds of the World of Wonder above you as you come past and get to your hotel here. I think that's a good enough idea for me to do that. Let me show you the hotel that I plan to use. This is what I plan to use. So This is Travelodge, very recognisable chain for all of the UK viewers with the Tesco Express, and even more recognisable chain perhaps in here. So this will act as a commercial unit, I think, but we should see people flocking in and out. Now to try and run a path by the side here. Still acclaimed, great, no worries. I've had a couple of goes at this, and it can be done. It requires a little bit of fiddling, but we're okay with that. We don't mind doing that. We're going to choose the amusement park path, and we start by doing this as a parallel road between these nodes. So let's get in amongst this and talk about what it's done. So it's done a few things. It has moved the cliffs back. It's done that in a way which has caused us just a few problems, but nothing that a couple of node tweaks won't fix. Let's triple check this one. Yeah, we're not exactly happy with how this has turned out. So what I think we'll do is we're going to take out that, and then perhaps if we remove this node, it bridges all the way across. There we go, marvellous. That seems to work. This all seems to work up here. Are we far enough away here to not get any tearing under there? Yeah, that seems to be good. And then over here, I think all we need to do on this one is move this node a little bit further back. There we go, lovely. We do want to make sure they don't walk onto the train tracks. So we're going to run our fence along the side of this path as well. Run it on both sides, I think. That's looking good. Right, and then let's connect it up at both ends. Oh, there we go, that's it connected at the hotel side. Let's go over to the other end now. There we go. So now people coming in, arriving at the train station will be able to walk all the way along here and come up to the hotel here. Or they could drive in, park here and walk all the way around this way as well, should they want to do so. Right, wonderful. Let's keep the game running. I think that's going to work fantastically well. Yeah, very happy with that. I think there might be one thing that we need to get right in here first. There we go. And this needs a lot of workers. We know we're struggling for workers in the city in general. Right. So then we can move back over to where it all began, folks. Whitehall. This is where we started. This might even have been the first road that we created, upgraded since then, of course, but this was our way into what is now Whitehall Village, Whitehall River. 20 episodes later, look at all the things that we've done with it. One thing unfinished in Whitehall, maybe 1,000 years ago, we said, right, in this Whitehall area here, we'll just connect this road to here and we'll do something with this later. Later has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. So been thinking for a while actually about what to do with this. Lovely lakeside views here, nice, protected from the rest. You've got water all around, and you'll remember this rather ghostly pier here with its being held up by the thoughts and prayers of the fish below. I've still no idea how it hasn't managed to crumble in some 32 years that it's been since we last checked in on this. We've created a path down to here. I don't think anyone has come to check it out either. Maybe some of the Ashbury Dales citizens will become curious about it one day, not this day. Right, so what are we going to do in this area? Well, I want to put down some higher density residential in here, but I don't want giant tower blocks like we've got over here. So been having a look around and I found some fantastic assets. What I'll do, let me just draw a quick road in here. I want to show you what I'm working with here. So let's put these down. Here we go, let's take a look. So these, I think, look fantastic, like fantastic apartment buildings. There's, I've checked them on realistic population. They've got 30 odd apartments in here, which if you have a look, we've got a mailbox thing that's got at least 15 here, at least 15 here. So at least 30 overall. That sounds about right to me. But these look wonderful. I bet we can create a fantastic little complex around here. Around these with some facilities nearby as well, perhaps an elder care, perhaps some sports facilities around here. I think we can make this place feel very comfortable and just ultimately fantastic. So we'll do what we've done on a few of these kinds of builds before. We'll put we'll move these buildings around. We'll try and find a road layout that allows us to fit as many of them in as we can without it looking silly. We'll decorate all around it, put in the bits and pieces, services and the like that we want in here, and then we'll come back and talk about it afterwards. So give me a few moments and I will be right back with you. There we go. Look at that. Look, we've got everything we need hooked up here. These guys will realise it soon enough, I'm sure. So we've managed to get all of the buildings in here. And I think these look wonderful. Like, really, really happy with how this has turned out. So we've got them all lined up nicely along here. We've done some decorating with some trees. It's very green around here. I wonder if we should have put more colour in here. I wonder if these trees are too big. We'll leave them for now, but we'll see how we go. I think this would be a fantastic place to live. We've got a yoga garden, a sauna, we've got an elder care centre here, a doctor's surgery up at the end here, a school with loads of grounds in here. I'd be very surprised if people weren't very happy here. We took the trees out of the back so they could look over the lake here. The view over here is nice that they're so close to it, but you know, they have to look over a country road to see there, so we didn't prioritise the view this side as much as we did that side, but all in all this feels wonderful. What a testament to how far we've come. If we think back to where we were at the end of the first episode 20 episodes ago, we were not quite so adept at decorating the areas that we've got around here. Who knows how good we'll be in 20 episodes time. Maybe good enough for us to call ourselves good at it, but for now we are just content with getting this much done in the time that we spent on this episode here. So I think, all that being done, we can follow some folks around our city and wrap it up. And then there you have it, another episode of Ashbury Dales in the books, episode 20 no less, and what an episode it was. I just thought I'd show you, this is working. People are taking this path. They're quite happy to walk alongside the trains as they go whooshing past here. It gets actually quite busy. This is relatively quiet, all things considered. Now that we've managed to build out our Turnwater World of Wonder, fill in the gaps in the middle, this Turnwater area is probably about done. Now we'll probably move on to something else in future episodes. Stick around at the end of the video for a link to the episode where we started putting this together. If you want to know how we got started in this amusement park area, then click the link that will be on screen in a few moments' time. If you want to know how we got started in this whole build, then click the other link that will be on the screen in a few moments' time when we wrap this up. I'm very proud of how far we've managed to come in such a short space of time, not just in the build, but also in terms of content creation and community and all of that kind of stuff that we were talking about earlier. If you've enjoyed this episode, please leave a like. If you do leave a like, take the time to leave a comment. Let me know what it was you liked about it. Once you've done that, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, stay up to date with everything that we do here. All that being said, thank you very much for spending your time with me. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll speak to you again soon. Take care and goodbye.